Here we've got a double top pattern, a very powerful reversal pattern. Let me draw it for clarity. When the price returned there, a reversal occurred and the price started to fall. Hello friends, I'm Mary and I'm a professional trader. I'm here to assist you in navigating the world of trading. It does not matter which country you're from, how much money you earn, how much you know about trading binary options. I am here to help you. I have free Telegram channels, absolutely free, where I post precise signals and where we can trade together. We can collaborate to enhance your earnings. If you're interested, just follow the link in the description. I really hope I'm helping you navigate the world of trading through my YouTube videos. So make sure to subscribe so you do not miss on any new content. Don't forget about my Telegram channel. We're growing steadily and becoming more confident. Join our community of real traders. I will help you to make a profit. And now, sit back and enjoy. Well, let's begin the trading session. We have quite an interesting situation on the US dollar and Canadian dollar currency pair. Here we've got a double top pattern, a very powerful reversal pattern. In general, the double top and the double bottom patterns are some of the most effective figures in technical analysis. Let me draw it for clarity. As we can see, there was an initial rise followed by a drop, and then the price returned to the previous high. When the price returned there, a reversal occurred and the price started to fall. Therefore, we expect further decline. Yes, it's unlikely the price will rise from here. Most probably it will drop back to the level where the impulse began. That's where I drew the arrow. Most of the time, this technical analysis pattern works this way, though it may take up to half an hour for a complete reversal. Now let's open the trading platform. On the USD and Canadian dollar currency pair, we'll open a 3-minute offset trade on the downside. There, the trade is open. We're going for 3 minutes because 5 minutes might be too long in case the price goes slightly lower and then corrects slightly higher. This could very well happen, so we need to consider all risks and be cautious. Now let's wait for the results. We have 5 seconds until the end of the trade, and as we can see, everything worked perfectly. The trade closes with a solid profit, bringing in $276. Let's check how much the price dropped. Oh, the trade resulted in a profit of 21 pips. Considering the low market volatility, this turned out to be a very successful and confident trade. A profit of $276 for a 3-minute trade is also pretty impressive. Let's look for the next currency pair. Checking the next charts. So what do we have here? It's the Australian and US dollar currency pair. In principle, we could enter a trade here because it's a very interesting situation. Let's draw a zone here. This is the zone right here. The price is currently rebounding from this zone, which essentially acts as a resistance zone. We have two options here. If the price breaks through this zone, we'll go for an upside trade. If the price bounces off this zone, we'll go for a downside trade. It's simple. The key is to notice what's happening with the price right now and enter a trade quickly. In the meantime, let's wait a few more seconds for the situation to develop. Alright, we've prepared the currency pair on the trading platform. The price is already moving, but I want to wait a bit longer. We'll go for an upside trade. I think a 3-minute expiration time should be enough for the price to rise significantly and bring us a confident profit. So for now, the price is staying put. Let's not wait in vain and set a notification for this zone. When the price breaks through it, we'll receive a notification and be able to enter the trade immediately. For now, let's look for other charts. On Czech franc and Japanese yen, we have an accumulation. By the way, I really love accumulations because they've been showing incredible results lately. Almost 9 out of 10 times accumulations work as needed and bring profits. Besides, accumulations are very easy to trade. You just need to draw levels and see which level the price will grab first. It's very, very simple. You can also consider where the price entered the accumulation. For example, if the price entered the accumulation from a downward impulse, it's likely that the exit from the accumulation will also be downwards. If the price entered the accumulation from an upward movement, we would expect the accumulation to break upwards and we would go for an upside trade. But in any case, we need to wait for a breakout. Only the breakout confirms the entry into a trade. This is one of the reasons why accumulations work so well, because the confirmation is very clear, easy to notice, and you know exactly when to enter the trade. So I recommend using accumulations, but you need to wait for the breakout. By the way, the USD and Canadian dollar currency pair. Let's open this currency pair in the trading platform and quickly enter a $300 grab trade on the downside for 3 minutes. Now let's figure out what's happening here. Take 30 seconds to look at this chart and try to identify the reason why I decided to enter a trade on the downside here. In fact, it's quite simple. I hope that everyone has already carefully examined the chart and noticed what's happening here. And I hope you've noticed the clear double top pattern. This is the same double top that I profited from in the first trade. But there is a nuance here. During this time, the price broke the support level of the double top, which means it will continue to fall. So we're currently expecting a strong move to the downside. This is a very cool situation. I don't even want to wait to see what's happening with the Australian dollar and US dollar currency pair, because this situation on the USD and Canadian dollar is just a combo. Several factors immediately indicate a price drop. If the price reaches the double top support zone now, I will open another downside trade. Most likely we'll go for a 5-minute trade so that the situation has enough time to play out. And for an amount of $600 to cover a potential loss. Alright, we've opened 2 great trades. By the way, there was just an alert on the Australian and US dollar pair about breaking the resistance zone. The price is starting to break the zone. Let's open the Australian and US dollar currency pair in the trading platform in the same way. And we'll also go for a 5-minute trade to avoid missing the situation. Now the price is returning below the level, so we need to wait for a more confident breakout because what's happening now could be a false breakout. We don't want that. It's better to enter the right direction from a good level. As you can see, the price is trying to break this zone for the 3rd time, but it's not having any luck. For now, let's see what's happening with my USD and Canadian dollar trades. Here everything looks good. Our offset trade is showing a very good profit, and the main trade also ends up in profit by 3 pips. Alright, the Australian dollar and US dollar currency pair is keeping me engaged. Let's switch to the 5-minute time frame. But no, first let's add the Alligator indicator on the 1-minute time frame. Alright, based on the Alligator, everything points to an uptrend. On this indicator, the green line crosses the red line from below to above. Next, let's switch to the 5-minute time frame. On the 5-minute time frame, the Vortex indicator tells us that there will be an uptrend. I really want to enter an upside trade here, but I need to calculate the time correctly. Most likely I'll go for 10 minutes. But first, let's wait for the results of the trades we opened earlier. So we see that the first trade, we got a refund, meaning the trade closed at the same price we opened it. We didn't lose anything and we got our money back. Now we only have the offset trade left, which is currently in the green. Let's wait for this outcome. As we can see, there are only 5 seconds left. It's a good thing I decided to open an additional trade from a better level. Also, for the first trade, we didn't end up with a loss, but rather a refund, meaning we got back the $300 we allocated for the trade. So we have no losing trades today. At the moment, we have 2 profitable trades, and that's excellent. The double top pattern worked perfectly, as you can see. Now let's look for one more interesting trade, and that would be great. By the way, this trade closed with a gain of 16 pips, which is an excellent result. I still want to enter a trade on the Australian and USD pair though. Most likely I'll be going for an upside trade because all the indicators are signaling an uptrend. The only question is the expiry time. I think 10 minutes should be enough. No, let's wait a bit longer. It's not the right time to enter the Australian and US dollar trade now. By the way, Czech franc and Japanese yen is beginning to break the accumulation. However, the breakout is very uncertain. The price went above the upper boundary and immediately fell back. And Euro and British pound. Let's check if this pair is available for trading. Yes, this currency pair is available with a 76% payout percentage. We'll open a 5-minute downside trade because this time should be sufficient for it to play out. We'll go for a standard amount of $300. There is a very good resistance level here that the price is bouncing off. In this situation, you could open a 3-minute trade, which would be sufficient as well. Alright, we've opened a downside trade. So, we now expect a bounce from this resistance level and a drop in the price. We opened a 3-minute trade because last time 1 minute was enough to play out the situation. 5 minutes might be too much, but 3 minutes are just perfect. Let's wait for the results now. As we can see, this trade also closes in the green. I entered at the best possible moment right at the peak. In the end, I made an additional $228, which is very good. Although the price started to correct and rise, the trade was very calm. The price remained below our entry level the whole time, so there was no reason to be nervous. So let's look for the last trade for today to finish the trading session with 4 gains. In total, I'll make around $1,000 today. By the way, we could re-enter the Euro and British pound trade because the situation hasn't fully played out yet. But first, let's check other situations I was following earlier. For example, Australian dollar and US dollar. There has been no changes here. Now let's check Czech franc and Japanese yen. We'll open an upside trade on Czech franc and Japanese yen for 5 minutes since the price has confidently exited the accumulation. Alright, we've opened a $300 trade. Now let's remind ourselves why we entered this trade. We can see that on the chart there was an accumulation, meaning the price traded in a narrow range after a strong impulse. After this accumulation, the price broke above the upper boundary. In addition, the price didn't surge upwards with the same intensity, but is essentially ascending within a small upward channel. This is pretty cool because it's likely that the price will gradually rise, and that means we don't have to worry about significant corrections. Let's zoom in a bit. Here you can clearly see that the price has formed a well-defined channel which is following an upward trajectory. Going forward, I expect the price will either continue to rise steadily or potentially even break out of the channel to the upside. So let's wait for the results now. Well, in the final seconds, the trade closes in the green, and we pocket an additional $246 in profit. It was an interesting trade. Everything was going well at the beginning, but then the price started to correct, and I had to nervously watch it for a while. However, nothing too concerning happened. The trade closed in profit, just as I thought, and today we made a little over $1,000. I guess it's worth the nerves. Thank you for your attention. I highly value the time you've spent watching this episode. So if you like this video, please like and leave a comment. I'm looking forward to it, and also join my community on Telegram channel. I'm waiting for you there.